Welcome back to the King of the Course series, where you guys, the viewers, send in your SCX24s or 24 scale builds. I run them on the indoor course competition style, and the top 3 trucks in each class are going to take home some prizes. Today we've got a heavily customized Axial AX24 from Gavin in Fallbrook, California. So I got to give a shout out to Gavin here because he's 13 years old and has been doing fabrication on his own, and he's done a lot of fabrication for this build himself, which is very cool. Says his dad taught him how to fabricate when he was 11, and he's been building custom RC cars ever since. He loves modifying them, and this is his best one so far. So super cool, and thank you, Gavin, for sending in what you feel is your best build. I'm going to take good care of it and try to do it justice here on the show. Let's take a look at the exterior of this thing. Number one, it is slammed. I mean, this thing is on the ground. It is so low and long and stretched. It is a very cool looking, brutal looking build here. He's sent over the build list here with the truck. So let's take a look at what he's got going on here. So it started life as an Axial AX24. So there's not much AX24 left here at all. He's got a custom Little Guy Racing Parts X Factor chassis here with homemade fabricated panels. I believe they are aluminum panels. That's what they feel like. I'm not sure what he's used for chassis rails on this. Definitely not the AX24 rails. He's got an SCX24 set of rails in there. Looks like it may have been trimmed and customized and served really just as the purpose to hold on the X Factor chassis. We'll start with the wheels and tires. We'll start with the exterior and kick it off with the wheels and tires. So we've got 1-inch brass beadlock wheels. These are Endura brass wheels wrapped in the Little Guy Racing Parts gripper tires. Feels like the stock foams in here. I'm a little nervous about these. The gripper tires have historically not performed very well on the indoor course on the material, but we'll see how this does. Tires and wheels are fitted to the Little Guy Racing Parts Super 8 axle, so he's got a 4-wheel steering setup here with Super 8s at both ends, giving this thing a really wide stance. To steer those axles, he's got Emax servos at both ends. My gosh, look at the suspension on this thing. This thing has incredible flex on it. Look, we think we can pull full 90 degrees on this, if not close. Yeah, I think it could. Crazy, crazy flex on this. What we got for shocks? That is brought about by the 58 millimeter friction damped double barrel shocks on here. He's got them laid virtually flat, which is what allows this thing to plant like it does, but immense axle drop here when you lift it up. No limiting strap setups on here. That's also a little bit concerning. We're going to see if we get lift in the front and the back on our inclines and declines, but I'm thinking a limiting strap setup, at least in the front, would serve this thing really well, but we'll see how it does. Got to talk about the wheelbase on this thing. It is super long. I've only got one lower link in the front. I don't know if that's by design or if that was lost in shipping. I don't know if I should pop another link in there or not. Maybe I'll see if I can get a hold of Gavin before I run this thing. But nonetheless, the linkage setup on this thing. So he's got deadbolt rears in the front, and he's got power wagon rears in the back, which gives it a very long footprint here. He's running Endura stainless steel drive shafts for front and rear. For electronics on this, I can't take the body off, at least not easily, but we should be able to see in there. Running the FuriTech Lizard Pro mounted on the driver's side door panel here on the inside. The FuriTech Micro Komodo, mated to an aluminum transmission case. For the receiver, he's still utilizing the stock radio, although he's even customized that too. He's got like a two-tone design on his radio. He's decased the stock receiver combo from the AX24 and stuck it underneath the hood here. So imagine we're going to operate the 4-wheel steer just like we would with the stock setup. All right, Gavin would like to shout out to his parents for showing him that you can modify an RC and for letting him tinker and run these things around the house. He says, sorry about all the messes, he'll clean them up soon. Okay, I'm excited to run this beast. This is going to be super fun on the indoor course. I'm really anxious to see how it'll do. But let's hit the setup table and the corner scales first, and then we'll hit the course and see how it performs. Okay, here we are on the corner scales with Gavin's AX24. I stuck a battery in the side here, my little Gen Ace 3S that I'm going to run. Just about 50-50. We're actually 49% front, 51% rear. Bias to the right at 52% with a total weight of 562 grams. On the RTI, I know this is not even worth testing because the thing is just going to go straight off into no man's land here with the RTI. 99 on the RTI, it could flex for days. But the side hill, This thing is super flat. We'll see, but if that suspension unloads, it could hurt our numbers. Let's try it. 40, 45, 50, 55. I'd say 58 on the side hill. That's solid. On the vertical, I'm expecting some pretty gnarly numbers on the vertical. Again, if that suspension can stay flat, the long wheelbase should make this pretty powerful in the vertical. Oh, we're getting that lift right there. 55. Oh, there's that lift right there. 60. I'd say 63 on the vertical. All right, on the course with this AX24 hybrid build here. Let's see how this thing does. It is so long. It's like a snake moving around the course. That might hurt us there. There we go. I'm going to drag the belly across there. I'll get used to my four-wheel steering. There we go. Definitely going to be utilizing that here to get through these gates with this long wheelbase. Oh, getting hung up there. Still able to slide that axle drop in the front. It's got so much drop. It's able to drop that front axle over the obstacle and then pull itself through. Oh, struggling here. Running this on 3S, I feel like I might want to put a 2S in. It feels a little too snappy with the 3S. I wouldn't have made that gate, but we got up over that steep section on the canyon. Oh, there's a low chassis there. I'm getting hung up on the bridge. There we go. Oh, I thought that was going to be really challenging. Still was, but we made it through. Get set up for mini Moab here. I feel like my rear servo is trimmed out right. I got to straighten that out. Oh, jeez. I got pinched in there and got all twisted. Here we go. Oh, I launched it. Oh, good save. And be careful with the wheel speed on this with the 3S. So far, the grippers are doing better than I expected. Oh. Ugh. I didn't want to take the chance of going off the table, so I repositioned it here. I got to get set up here, but I'd be real careful with how I launch this thing. I'm terrified of sending it right off the edge. There we go. Nice. Four-wheel steering, get it set up there. Good. How about a descent here? We'll go down the chute. Oh, it is flat as a pancake. I thought that thing would unload and send us flying, but it actually held on pretty well. I don't want to push it through that. There we go. Try the side hill. Sliding there. That's where those grippers, man, they just don't hold. Able to recover though. Oh, get that axle drop. It saved us though. And up Hell's Gate. I got that huge lift there. I get that back end over. There we go. Yeah, I'm nervous about the grippers here. Nice. Oh gosh, it's so snappy in reverse on the 3S. Oh, look at that lift. I got that front tire on the ledge there, but I got no bite. Oh, bummer. I'm gonna make one more attempt on Hell's Gate here. There we go. There we go. Oh, maybe I can get that back end over. I'm getting a ton of lift in the front. We were so close. I'm losing it. That front end's gone. I'm off the edge. Oh, able to recover. Are we going to make it? I think we're going to do it. If I can climb out, yes. So I have to admit, it's doing better than I expected. I thought with no limiting strap on this thing and all of that drop, that we would be unloading and catapulting all over the place, but it actually stays more flat than I anticipated and is doing much better than I expected. I'm stuck in here though. That long wheelbase and the belly being so low, that does trip me up here and there, but on the actual course lines, it's done pretty good. Very cool. Definitely a unique setup here. We're not out of the woods yet. Gosh, those tires, they just push so hard. There we, come on, there we go. All right, run number 3 of the AX24. Here we go, last run. Gotta make this count. Struggling a bit with the low belly on this thing primarily is what's causing me some issues. It's nice to have, you know, that low stance because it helps it with climbing. It does great with climbing, but boy, it just gets hung up on the breakover big time. You know, these sharp-edged obstacles like we're gonna see here in a minute. It's great to have the climbing ability, but I just can't complete the obstacle because I get stuck. Like, again, I'm hung up here on the belly right there. The gripper tire is just not holding the line like I want them to. I'm kind of wiggle my way up here. There we go, that flex helping me out there. Oh boy. That was good. That was really the cleanest I've made it up there, actually. I'm gonna keep the momentum up so I get hung up on the bridge there. Jeez. There we go. I have to bump over everything like those breakovers because otherwise I'll get stuck. Grateful for the four-wheel steering getting us through there. Coming to our second bonus gate here by Rocker Knocker. get that axle through. There we go. And we get repositioned here. I'm not gonna go through the hot tub. I'm gonna take bypass over here. I'm hung up again. Come on, come on. There we go, slither our way over there. I might end up in the hot tub anyway, I hope not. Oh gosh, there we go. The escalator here has been hit or miss. You know, the four-wheel steering has been really helpful getting me set up, but I still just find myself getting stuck right on this section here. I just can't get the rear axle over it. Oh gosh, there we go. Oh, I blew that gate right there. I sent it right off to the side. I keep drifting off to the side there. I don't know if I can find a way. Dude, there we go, maybe. Nope, I'm in big trouble here. A miraculous save, but I'm in bad shape. Oh, all right, I'm gonna take the winch on this one. Four-wheel steer, get me set up here. Maybe. God, no, I'm in bad shape again. Oh boy, this is a rough one right here. What am I gonna, all right, I'm gonna improvise. This is a first for the course. Went down it backwards, does that count? I don't see why not. Right through our next bonus gate, clean, yes. Yeah, boy, on top of the chute there, just the length. Real hard to get set up for that decline. I nailed it the first two runs. That was an interesting one. Hell's Gate has also been an extreme challenge here. Again, I just got to get those grippers to grab. There we go. Again, I just gotta wiggle my way through. This is the best I've made it up Hell's Gate, yes. That was good, I needed that. Coming down here. Oh, jeez. That was good. That was tight, but we made it. This thing's good on the declines. Super flat. Through Articulation Alley, that suspension travel for days. I'm stuck on the belly though. There we go. Jump out of there. And our last gate here. Oh, geez, that was tight. I got the rear ends pushing me. I'm in a battle here. This last gate, last couple trucks has been really challenging. This final gate here, just when you think you're done, this thing sneaks up, but we're gonna sidewinder our way through. Nice job. All right, cool build here from Gavin. It's evident he's put a lot of effort into this thing. Hard to believe that this was once an AX24, as it resembles nothing of its former self. The custom fabrication that he's done is very cool. It's got a really unique look to it. I called this a Class 2 because of the Little Guy Racing Parts cage. Resembles a somewhat roadworthy vehicle. Could have gone as a Class 3. I was on the fence there, so I opted for Class 2. But I suppose it could have gone either way. The truck performed well, better than I expected. With the insane axle drop on this, I thought for sure that it was going to be flip-flopping all over the place and not able to climb any obstacles, but it did do pretty well on the indoor course. We had some shortcomings. The length of it and the low slam stance kept getting hung up on the belly. And the Little Guy Racing Parts, the Gen 1 grippers, those tires just do not agree with the course. And I saw that going into this, and it proved to be true yet again. So I'm glad that the grippers have been remodeled in a newer compound and newer style. This could benefit from some better tires for sure, I think. I also think an independent rear steering function would really help this out a lot. A few sections I found myself struggling with the limited steering options. It's either opposite phase or same phase, or independent front. If you could really dial in that rear steer, I think I could have done better on some lines, particularly on Hell's Gate. But overall performance was solid. Gavin's truck scored a -45, which is enough to put it in 13th place in the Class 2 right now. So big shout out to Gavin and his build here. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of this rig and the competition thus far? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.